I reviewed PowerWash Simulator a while back, even though it was well after launch, just because I really enjoyed the game and I wanted to tell people about it. And despite looking out my window at my unwashed Pajero and not being motivated to dedicate an hour to washing it, I will happily spend 6 hours non-stop pressure washing dirt-covered digital skate parks, DeLoreans, and even Lara Croft's mansion. Power Simulator's strength has easily been its follow-up DLC, and today, its new Warhammer 40k pack dropped, bringing with it an impressive arsenal of things to wash. What's it like? Strap on your pressure cleaner, get those rubber boots on, and prepare to wash for the Emperor, as we review the Warhammer 40k DLC pack for PowerWash Simulator on Nintendo Switch. Now before we scrub away the heresy of the battlefield, would you mind liking and subscribing? It pleases the Emperor, but it also helps my content get found on YouTube, so I can't thank you enough for doing so. Now right before we dive in, I do want to admit that I'm something of a casual Warhammer fan. I really enjoy the Space Marine game and I regularly dip my toes in the Dawn of War series. Outside of these video games though, I don't really know much about the lore of it all. And if you have video recommendations, let me know because I am prepared to absorb all the information on this fantastic world that they have crafted. The Warhammer 40k DLC for the PowerWash Simulator is the mashup that I didn't realize I wanted, and it brings 5 vehicles to wash, as well as Warhammer-inspired power washer that's something akin to the galvanic rifle. The vehicles added are the Ultramarines Land Raider, the Redemptor Dreadnought, a Rogel Dawn battle tank, a towering Imperial Knight Paladin, and finally a Blood Raven's Thunderhawk. Each level is more imposing than the last, and the sheer amount of detail in these models goes far above and beyond the fan service that we were most likely hoping it to be. Now while there haven't been any upgrades in the graphics engine with the DLC, it's clear that these models add a distinct upgrade in visual fidelity. This is a blessing, but also a curse, as the amount of detail means you can spend a lot of time circling around models trying to find that tiny speck of dirt to tick that elbow actuator off the list. This DLC had me crouching and peering into every nook and cranny far more than the base game and its other DLC packages ever did, making it a challenging yet rewarding experience. The Imperial Knight Paladin took me hours to complete, and it felt so good when the job was finally done. There are all the usual tools at your disposal, although much like your pressure washer, they've also been given a Warhammer 40k makeover, with lumbering scaffolding and steampunk step stools. Your character is also styled like a tech priest, although you rarely see them, and your surroundings are also made over as you operate from the Mars Forward operating base adorned with skulls, hanging chains, and futuristic equipment. One thing I really enjoyed about this DLC pack was the battle dirt and grime were renamed and placed in well thought out areas. Treads are heavily soiled with caked on mud and grime, rockets have ash around the exhaust, and space salt deposits have built up on the windshields. The only thing that really disappointed me about this DLC pack is that there just isn't more of it, and we only see one faction. I would have loved to have seen the orcs trying to clean up some of their gear, or the Tau for that matter, but hopefully there's more to come in the future. Because for $15 Australian, $8 US, or £6.50, there's still a lot of value for money, especially if you're a fan of Warhammer 40k, as it gives an almost comical insight into what happens between the battles as you play as the underappreciated maintenance guy, and no one thinks about them in games. To finish cleaning this review up, the PowerWash Simulator Warhammer 40k DLC is yet another strong DLC package from the PowerWash team. It honours the license by including incredibly detailed models that are challenging to complete and a marvel to look at, while also drip-feeding battle reports to fill out what the vehicles had been through before you start washing them. It's a rich and rewarding pack that offers up a decent chunk of game time for the price of entry. If you're a fan of Warhammer 40k, this is an essential purchase. And if you enjoy PowerWash Simulator, then this is simply another well thought out and enjoyable slice of content that you can scrub up on. In the wise words of Warhammer 40k, there is no time to plan, no space to think, no respite, no forgiveness. There is only pressure washing. I award it an 80 out of 100. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Because of amazing people like you, What's It Like is now my full-time job. I also do want to do a special shout out to my Patreons, S Hill, K Skip, and D Kite. I couldn't have done it without your support. Thank you.